Episode 107. Thank you all for listening to episode 106, Wrestling, a story of thongs and 3 Viagra. I'm Gray, here with my one and only co-host.
I leave for 1 week and you're talking about thongs and Viagra. This was a G-rated show when I left, and I came back to this.
Well, it's
unbelievable.
I'm going to drink a warm glass of milk.
Drink a warm
and
glass
eat a chocolate chip
hell
cookies.
Up.
And
yeah,
maybe I'll take 3 Viagra.
Oh, okay. I mean, you could crush them up and put them in your milk.
Were you? You could. Were you listening to some Backstreet Boys while you were gone?
No, I don't listen to any of that crap. No. Let's see, Bristol, Tennessee on Sunday, and Oswego, New York on Tuesday.
It's insane.
Along with a 80-plus hour week at work, so unfortunately I had to miss last week. It was a fun one, but for all the shit that went down, it was better that it happened this last weekend than Labor Day weekend. I'd much rather have all the crap that went down. It was just a bad week. So not a bad week as, survival, just a bad week as, work and all that shit in general. So it's one of those when things go wrong, one thing goes wrong, everything goes wrong.
Absolutely.
And that's pretty much what happened. But we're back and better than ever, just like Eric Bischoff would be. So I'm here, made it, back, and dude, college football, technically it already started, but college football is in like 3 days.
Yeah, technically you're undefeated right now. You're 1-0.
Just like last year.
Yeah, start off hot
and cool down. Yeah, with the spread I am. Oh no, I guess I did pick Florida too, so technically.
Yeah, you picked it within the spread.
Yeah, a higher scoring game than I thought it was going to be. I think I picked like 23-18 or something like that, or 22-17.
And I was like 34-17, I think, Florida.
Yeah, I knew Miami was going to – I knew the Hurricanes would come out and look decent. Their quarterback situation is rough. Their quarterback is not very good, but he's also a freshman. Didn't realize Martell switched to slot receiver.
Yeah, he moved to receiver.
But the one thing I did get out of that, besides Florida's overrated, is that Martell, when they put him in at quarterback to run the offense, did the exact same thing Ohio State did, which he failed at, is running.
Yeah.
The kid went 12 for 12 in a game, granted against scrubs. Let him throw the damn ball if you're going to do that.
Right.
People know what he's going to do. He's going to run to the left or he's going to run to the right. There's no surprise. They stacked the box. They put 9 guys in the box. I watched when Martell came in at quarterback, and he got stuffed 3 times.
Do you think
Let him throw.
Do you think that throughout the season eventually he starts at quarterback?
No, I don't. I really do think that this – I think the kid that played, I thought he was great.
Yeah, he was good.
He looked good. He was tough. He made a lot of mistakes, as freshman quarterbacks are going to do in their first game against a top 10 team. But I thought he passed the eye test, but their line was bad. He didn't have time. He had a 3-step drop, and they already had defenders touching him. Like, the line was already grabbing him and making him uncomfortable. You can't be successful if you are Tom Brady, let alone a freshman quarterback in college football,
right.
If you can't even get 3 steps to settle and at least scan the field.
Right.
It's rough. I think if Miami shores up that offensive line a little bit, their defense looked pretty good. They got tired at the end, it looked like, as they all do. It's the first real game time, and they don't have preseason games. They do a spring scrimmage and a couple scrimmages at practice, and that's it. You don't have full game time. And they're playing in Orlando in the summer, so it was also like 92 degrees. It was hot as shit. So they're going to get tired. But Miami looked better than I thought they would. I did pick them to cover, but I figured it would be because Florida would struggle, not because Miami would look good and beat them up a little bit. And then on the Florida side, their defense is stout, don't get me wrong. Their defensive line is solid. It's not all Miami's offensive line was shit. They got to them on a lot of different stunts. They run a lot of good plays. Dan Mullen's defense is good. But Felipe Franks is overrated. He's not that good. Florida is not the 8th team in the country, and they're going to get exposed. They're not going to be able to play a lot of close games like that because Miami should have closed them out. A good team would have closed them out. Any team in the SEC would have – I shouldn't say any, but the top teams in the SEC would have closed them out in that game. If Bama was down, they would have won that game. If LSU was down, they would have won that game. Miami had a chance to win that game, and they didn't.
Right. So speaking of that, and talking about college football, we're going to do some picks. Picks are back for us. We're going to do them again against the spread. Reminding people next week we start NFL. I'm sure you're going to get that up on ESPN,
yes,
where people can challenge us. And end of the year, if you beat us, if you win, not just if you beat us, and let me make this clear, if you win the league or win our pick'em, then you'll get some swag. So good luck to you, everybody out there. Now, we'll talk about it when we get to NASCAR. I want to talk about Bristol a little bit on your end because we didn't get to hear from you in regards to Bristol.
Yeah, it was fun, man. We had a blast. I think I can speak for you and Nick and Cody, who were with. That was fun. I've never been there. I was telling my dad about it. We had, when you go to Michigan, you go to Daytona, you get these tracks where you're seeing cars once every 45 seconds. You get to a track like this where it's constant action.
Right.
There's until there's a caution, it's still loud, So even listening in the headphones, which any other place you can listen to the radio and you can find, there's a crash in turn 3, we can go look and find that. Here, you get to see the whole track, so you don't have to worry about it. So it's just kind of like noise in your ears when you're listening to it and a muffled sound. But it was fun, man. That was a blast.
I talked about your genius idea too.
The drinking in there?
Yeah, getting
I've told that to everybody. I'm like, I don't know why we don't go to more NASCAR races and do that. Because I don't know what the total rules are of the other tracks, but I don't know if you mentioned there was more security at a bar we went to in Johnson City than there was walking into that track.
Was it Capone's?
Yes. Yeah, it was at Capone's.
Where they had 45 security guards.
They had all the security guards there, and they had us lift up our shirts to see, our waistlines, make sure we didn't have any weapons. And the guy behind us had jeans on, and they made him do his shirt and his jeans, pull them up to see that. I mean, that's crazy. That's a good place to go with all the shit that goes on nowadays. But the fact that someone's secure like that, and then we just walk into Bristol, and they're like, "Oh, you got tickets?" Like, yeah, okay.
Yep, go in. See ya.
Nothing. You all have 2-liter Igloo coolers. What's in there? Oh, we all just have liquor. No one says a damn word.
Yeah, nobody cared.
Most of it was already gone, but
yeah, it's true.
But it was that was, I'm humble, so I don't take a lot of credit. If it's betting, that's different. I'll totally brag on that, but I'm sure a lot of other people thought of that idea. I just happened to have a good moment in life right there.
Did did you see the name what we named episode 105?
I did not.
So we talked about AFC West and our trip to Bojangles. So it was called the Raiders of Bojangles. Is what we called it. So
the pimento cheese biscuit. Oh my goodness!
I had that.
Wow.
What was it? Cajun chicken biscuit. That was good too.
Yeah,
and
Bojangles.
The Cajun beans. Those are banging.
Yeah,
those are good.
Bojangles did not disappoint.
No, not at all.
They were delicious.
So we'll talk about, before we thank our sponsors, we're going to talk a little bit. I want to talk about that race because you weren't here last week. So we talked about DiBenedetto, who was my pick.
Yeah,
who we were all pulling for.
Oh, absolutely.
And he led 90 laps, and then we could see, Keselowski wasn't going to catch him, Chase wasn't going to catch him, and then here comes Hamlin. We're like, fuck, he's going to catch him. And it was a feel-good story. He came out in his driver introduction to Rocky, gonna fly now. And he had the boxing gloves on and everything.
The robe and all that. Yeah, that was cool.
And that was great. We loved it. And then and this is what I try to tell Brandon. How awesome is fucking Kyle Busch? Started 31st, came back, was 2 laps down, came back, was leading a lot of the race, and then his car just, went back, but he finished 5th.
Yeah, he still finished up there, and it was great. You had pretty much 2 people who got booed hardcore when they came out, and everyone else got,
and you were in line to get food.
And I could tell, I didn't even.
That's Kyle Busch.
I didn't even have to. I just knew. I was like, oh, that's Kyle Busch, because he got booed the loudest, and then Logano got booed second loudest. Keselowski a little booing.
Not much.
But everyone else got, obviously Chase Elliott got a big pop, big cheer.
So did DiBenedetto. He got a good one.
He did too.
That guy's finished top 8, 5 races out of 9. Mm-hmm. Still doesn't have a ride for next year. We don't know if he's going to get one because they're talking about Stuart Haas. They could get rid of Clint Boyer and Suarez, but the problem is they probably won't get rid of both. Cole Custer's right there who will get the first ride. Mm-hmm. And if they both go, though, that opens it up for DiBenedetto. My fear is I think he's going to end up in Xfinity, and he'll just tear down the house.
See, I think that. And
he could go to Furniture Row. Forget about that one.
And what I don't get either is the fact that NASCAR always had 43 drivers, and now they're down to 40. So in my eyes, it feels like there's 3 spots where people could sign drivers and they could be full-time racers. I don't know how that works. I think it's because of the teams.
Because there's not enough teams that are front money. There's all small, there's small teams. For example, Junior Motorsports, it would be awesome if it goes to Sprint Cup. However, Rick Hendrick's got to give up part of his ownership
Yeah.
to Junior Motorsports.
That's not going to happen.
Because he's not going to. You're absolutely right. And that's why they're going to stick in Xfinity, and they dominate down there. But it was a fun race, good race. And the other thing you didn't get to talk about, I briefly talked about last week. We were riding back in the Uber with two drunk fellows, and we were watching the fights. And, Diaz had a good fight, but I focused a little bit on Stipe and what he was able to do against Cormier. I mean, he lost the first 3 rounds. I think we can agree on that.
Oh, absolutely.
And then he just comes out, and he came out different, and he went after the body. And you could see that destroyed Cormier. Is hit that body, hit those ribs, and then he caught him with those two, the jab and a hook, and it was done. Like, it was awesome.
Yeah, Stipe, I mean, he had a phenomenal 4th round there coming out and had a good game plan. And, he took him to task. And once he starts hitting you and get you weakened up, I mean, he's got the strongest punch in the game. He's knocked a lot of dudes out. And now Cormier as well.
And he could take a hit because Cormier was catching him good.
Oh, yeah, they were tagging each other pretty well. And he was. Cormier knocked him out the first time they fought. Mm-hmm. But, Stipe, he's got that heart. He's a worker. He's a blue-collar kind of dude. So, I mean, he just kept going. After the fight, though, just him getting beat up like that and talking, I was like, ooh, ugh. He's like slurring everything.
He did the dance, the river dance, and he was like, I regret that. I was fucked up.
Yeah, no doubt. He was, he took a couple headshots there.
What do you think about this whole rumor about Brock coming out and he wants John Bones?
He'll die.
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar will die.
Bones Jones will kill him.
Yeah.
I agree.
Even at heavyweight.
He said he's too slow.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, John Jones would destroy Brock Lesnar now. Now, if it was both of them in their prime, it would be a good fight. I think it would. I think John Jones would still beat him because of his submission ability, to where Lesnar just has more of a wrestling ability and heavy hands. But right now, Brock don't want that smoke. I'm sorry.
I agree.
I think he thinks he'd be bigger and could overpower him, but John Jones is just too fast.
He won't catch him.
Just too quick.
Would you like to see Bones Jones and Stipe?
I mean, it would be a good fight. I think Jones would be. I still think Jones is the best fighter going.
No,
right now.
I completely agree.
But it would be a fun fight. And the way Jones fights against guys like that, he comes out aggressive, which would be fun to see and watch. The problem is the lower class guys, who aren't big names. It seems like he kind of pulls back and almost loses a lot of those fights. So that would be cool to see. Well, it'll be interesting. We got, who the hell's coming up? Poirier and Habib, I think, in 2 weeks, which we can talk about then. But that's going to be a really good fight.
Now, what did you think about Nate Diaz calling out Masvidal?
Nate Diaz can call it whoever the hell he wants.
Right.
I love it.
And then McGregor said they had that interview with him. He was all over the place, but he kind of wants that revenge fight. Do you think he'd stand a chance?
I mean, yeah, he would, but I mean, he's too busy beating up old dudes. So, unfortunately,
the guy was 90?
He can't get out of his own goddamn way. But that's what he is. He's Irish. He's got a temper, and he's a fighter and a drunk. So I mean, none of that helps together. And he does dumb shit like that, and it kind of pushes your opinion down of him more and more, unfortunately. So, I mean, he can still fight. He said he'll never retire from fighting. He'll always fight. So the problem is that Ken Shamrock did that and got knocked out a lot. Tito did that, got knocked out a lot. Chuck did that. You ruin your legacy when that happens.
Well, before we go into everything, because we're already running deep, but you weren't here, so I wanted to cover some stuff that I felt was good conversation last week. I wanted to get your thoughts on it. So let's thank some people. Let's thank Wes Anderson for Moments in Time. Check him out on Facebook, Wes Anderson Music. Give him a follow on Twitter @SongsByWes.
I saw his intramural basketball team just won like the Y championship or
whatever
league.
They won it last year, and this year he wasn't in it. But yeah, his team won.
Oh,
again.
is that? Well, okay. I thought he was in it this year.
No, because he's doing so much. I mean, he's out there. He's doing more shows now.
He's actually in Put in Bay today, I think, or tomorrow.
Yes.
He's opening. Well, not opening, but Kid Rock's in Put in Bay this weekend, and he is. He was at, where the hell was he at? Shit. Frosty's maybe? I can't remember who he was performing. And now I feel bad because I'm trying to give him some props here. But yeah, he's in Put in Bay opening-ish for Kid Rock out at the bars, which we have some friends out there, and they are having a good time from what I've seen from pictures being sent to me. looks like they're having an absolute blast, and Kid Rock's always a great show. So good for Wes for opening, being out there, playing at the bars, because it's going to be packed out there, 100% packed out there. It's put in bay, it always is, but with Kid Rock there, and I think Tim McGraw maybe or something like that, someone else is going to be there. Yeah, it's going to be freaking wild there.
So, congratulations to Wes and all his success and going out there, and he's trying to book somewhere in Cleveland too. I don't know if he has successfully booked it yet, but looking forward to hearing and seeing what he's doing. And it's good for us. It's good for him. We still we've had his song for over a year on the show. It's going to remain the theme until it switches to something that would be him. But I think the song will probably fit this show forever. It's a perfect fit. And thanks again to Wes Anderson. And check him out, Wes Anderson Music Facebook. Give him a follow on Twitter at Songs by Wes. Thank you to All Work Clothing, first and primary sponsor of OTL Sports Podcast. Thanks to Crandall's Quality Lawn Care. Call Sean, 419-704-5471. Bear has returned to get the dart going. Serves the Toledo and surrounding area. And not. Ooh, good one.
That Iran?
It is Iran.
Yeah, he definitely doesn't serve there.
So, I'm going to go right here.
Good luck getting one of those names correct.
Abarku.
Okay, yeah,
There's
Abarku.
a nice tree there.
I didn't think they had trees in Iran. That looks like a decent city right there, actually.
So, Crandall's Quality Lawn Care serves the Toledo and surrounding area, and not Abarku, Iran.
Abarku, Iran.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you to Tim at Verizon. Verizon is a true technology business partner who helps local businesses deploy technologies that positively impact operations and can increase revenue for the company. Thank you to Cassandra at PNC. Visit Cassandra at PNC, who can help with all your banking needs, whether it be loans, credit cards, personal banking. She's there to help. Give her a call, 419-877-0634. And for Verizon, I'm sorry I forgot to mention, go to their website, verizon.com. Find a sales rep in your area. And then last but not least, thank you to Steve at Savage & Associates, who sponsored the Frickers Lunch for episode 100. And we hope to have him back for episode 200, which has now been named The Pod Beats Patty Bugs 2 Deuce Boogaloo.
I like it.
It's going to be good.
Less thinking for me.
Yes, it's much less thinking. So, random thought for the day. You missed the topic last week. So it just came to mind today because of the big thing going on. Popeyes and Chick-fil-A and the whole chicken sandwich deal. Have you happened to have one of those Popeyes chicken sandwiches?
Nope.
Do you think it would even compare to Chick-fil-A's chicken sandwich?
To be honest, I've had like one Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich my entire life.
Yeah?
And it was all right.
Yeah.
I go to Chick-fil-A for the breaded nuggets. Those are the greatest thing
Oh,
on
amazing.
planet Earth.
So picture that as a giant thing, and that's the sandwich.
Okay, then yeah, I'd like it. As long as there's Chick-fil-A sauce on it, I'm all in.
Yes. And did you see that one of them had to, I think it was a Popeyes in Toledo on Secor, had to close because of roaches?
Yes. Not surprising.
I was like, perfect. You sell these chicken sandwiches, and now you have roaches.
Yeah, not surprising at all.
No, it wasn't. And we went to Wendy's on the way back, had some of the spicy nugs. Did you had those too?
I did today for lunch.
Yeah, I'm so happy they're back. It just makes sense.
Yeah, they got the 10-piece today. They were delicious.
Amazing. Mm-hmm. Amazing. So that was the quick fun topic for the day. It's the first thing that came to mind as we were talking about it. We need to get into the Jeremy's Trivia, which there's no crying in trivia, brought to you in part by the Rockford Peaches. So thank you to Jeremy. And I'm going to reach him on the Google Pixel XL machine on the Facebook Messenger and see what he has for us today for trivia. You want to update us on our standings, where we're at?
Yeah, so right now we are tied at 10, and Shiv with Asterix has 1.
Yep, and Shiv and I, we did pretty good last weekend. The question was, and let's see how you do. We had some good ones. NBA question. So, all the player movement in the NBA. 2 current NBA players have played for the same team their entire careers for 10 or more seasons. Can you name them?
10 or more seasons. Oof, it's a tough one. Man, trying to think of some tenure here.
And it's current players.
So no one.
Their entire careers.
No one that's retired in the last 2 months, like Dirk Nowitzki. Correct? That is a no because he's not a current player.
Correct.
But that would be one. Man, it's so tough. So many people in the NBA freaking move so much.
That's what we said.
It's wild. Yeah, I don't. Give me the teams, because I would have.
If I give you the teams, it would probably give it away.
Well, exactly, but it doesn't matter.
All right.
There's no points here involved.
Warriors.
Steph?
Yep.
10 seasons?
We got that right. Me and Shiv did. And then we said Clay is the other one. He was at 9 seasons. The Heat. I think the Heat.
I was about to say, because that was going to be my other guess, but Wade is gone, and he played for Chicago, so that wouldn't be it.
It's not the Heat. I apologize.
Okay. I was about to say, because everyone on the Heat's young now. Who's the other one? I don't know.
Udonis Haslem. See Heat?
Yeah, I think he is.
Thought he was.
Be. Yeah.
All right. So
he was still played.
Name the top 5 NFL teams by win percentage all time.
The Cowboys.
Keep going.
Packers.
Keep going. He and I got 4 out of 5.
Patriots.
Yep.
The Bears suck for so long, but they've also been playing forever. I'm not picking them. Screw them. Seattle.
Okay.
And
5.
One more. Trying to think who was good in the 90s besides San Francisco.
You got 3 out of 5. We got 4 out of 5. Bears was correct. They are actually second all time. Green Bay third, New England fourth, and he and I thought the Steelers. It was actually the Dolphins are fifth. Now, who's dead last in win percentage all time?
The Bengals.
That's what we said. It's the Buccaneers.
Yeah.
All right.
It was going to be them or the Lions.
So the last one he gave us was, we'll end it with baseball. Mike Messina once had 17 straight seasons of 10-plus wins. Name the 2 active pitchers who have even had 10 in a row at any point in their careers.
Kershaw.
Oh, and by the way, Pittsburgh was 12th, the Steelers, because I asked him in record.
Yeah, I mean, after the 70s, they were shit until the mid-90s.
Right.
Kershaw and God, has Scherzer been playing 10 years? I'll say Scherzer.
All right, so we said he didn't know because he hates baseball. I said David Price and Bartolo Colon. That's who I said. Price had 8 in a row. No for Bartolo. CC Sabathia, 13 in a row. Greinke, 12 in a row, including this year.
Damn. The dude looks like he's 18 still.
No shit.
Huh.
All right.
CC.
All right, let's get to this week. He gave it to us. We'll start with an easy one, he thinks, to make up for last week's difficulty level. Where did the Memphis Grizzlies previously play before moving to Memphis? I have my answer.
Okay, I know it. Yeah. It's
on 3?
Yep.
1, 2, 3. Vancouver. All right.
Okay.
We're good.
It took me a second, but I got it.
I know. It gave me about 3 seconds, and we both got Vancouver. Next. Jeremy. Jeremy.
Stat.
He said, nice. All right. Name the top 3 current QBs going by career QB rating. 1 point for each correct spot in the order. Thanks for making it tough, Jeremy.
All right. We're going to have to read that question
So,
again.
hold on. Damn. Can't we just get points? I don't want the correct spots. So name the top 3 current QBs going by career QB rating.
I mean, is there a certain year? Fuck, Mahomes could be that because he's played 1 year and had an amazing rating. Ask him if there's like a year thing on that, or if this is literally like
minimum amount of years.
Yeah.
Of years.
I mean, if Mahomes dropped 104 rating last year, he's going to obviously be number 1. I don't think that's going to be the case.
Need that before we guess. All right. Yeah, because he said it'd be too easy if we have the 3. I'm like, I don't think that's an easy question.
No, it's not. Yeah, maybe.
I got my 3 if he tells us there's no minimum.
So do I. But I'll probably have it in the wrong order.
Right. All right. So I'm going to assume that he doesn't have a minimum amount of years. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
And this is quarterback rating, right?
Yes. Quarterback rating. And he's responding, so I'll tell you what he says. Very good question. Hold up 1 sec.
All I want to know is there somebody who is a second-year starter in the NFL on this list?
Because if it is, Mahomes is going on top.
Yeah, I don't think there will be, but
yeah, he's right, and that's what I want to find out. So while we're doing that, we'll see why he's checking this out. Golf. So golf, we can talk about it real quick. I barely won the championship. Yep. Thank you. Koepka finished, 3rd or 4th? And Brandon had DJ, who was 29th last. So I ended up winning by 49 points, which is great.
I had my second 2 years.
Could have had
Pick Tiger, finished second in the FedEx Cup. Pick Xander, finished second in the FedEx Cup.
Could have got your ship. I think next year when we do it, we need to pick the winner of the FedEx Cup in the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
We do.
It'll be tough, but yeah.
We should. And then we're doing different golfers every year. Who won? You want to tell everybody who won?
Yep, Rory won. Frickin' turd. Couldn't win the goddamn British Open or anything like that, but he could win the FedEx Cup. His putter got hot, though. I mean, the dude was on fire all week. And he started, I think, at 4 under. He was like 18th or 16th. I don't remember exactly where. Maybe it was 10th. I don't know. But he started at 4 under when, the leader started at 10.
Right.
So he was 6 back and literally shot like, hell, I don't know. I think like 65, 68, and then like 67 or something. Yeah, he had a huge week. A just ginormous week.
And he looked good, man.
$15 million, man.
$15 million.
That's
and
crazy.
Did you see when he came through, did the whole money thing?
They said, I saw a stat, and I don't remember the exact number, so I'm just giving you the basic. Per hole he played this year, he made $17,000 and change per hole. $17,000 per hole he played this year. So imagine going out and playing 18. I'd go out and play 9 and take $17,000 a hole.
Yeah.
And be happy, content. Imagine playing a full year.
I'll play 3 holes. That's and be happy.
Yeah. I'll play 1 hole and be happy.
Be happy, no shit.
But it's unbelievable. That was those numbers.
Now, he did give us this, and I'm glad you asked. That's a great question. So, 1,500 attempts.
Okay, good.
So he gave me the okay to not put them in order.
Oh, okay.
So,
all right. Well, my order would have been, if I had it, would be Rodgers, Brady, and Rivers.
All right. So I said Drew, Aaron, Tom. You said Aaron, Tom, Phil.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just going to give them all the names. Drew, Aaron, Tom, Philip. Mr. Mom.
Yeah, no shit. It's got like 100 kids. That dude couldn't pull out of his own driveway. At least he's not like Cromartie, and it's all with the same woman, and he's married.
Right. Yeah, no kidding.
And he takes care of him.
So if we get some points here.
Got it ready.
He knew we wouldn't get 2. Damn it. And I thought about it, too.
What a turd.
Fuck. Rodgers is 1. Wilson's 2. Breeze is 3. So give me 2.
Damn.
Give you 1. And Tom is 4. So 103.1 for Aaron, 100.3 for Russell, 97.7 for Drew, 97.6 for Tom. Very close.
Where's Rivers? Ask him. He can give the other question, but ask him to look that up when he gets a chance.
Where is Philip?
Because Philip puts together good years, but I forgot. He does throw a lot. Fuck! Oh, boy. Oh, God, it's all the way over there.
What is it?
I dropped the pen. Son of a bitch. This is just so much work.
This is a lot of work. This is what happens on this show. It's all work. Damn, you did toss it all the way over there.
Just drop the damn thing.
Number 5, 95.6.
So he's right there.
You were right there. All right. So, great question. Great question again. I think now I have a 1-point lead, right?
Yes. Yes, you do.
Yes, 12 to 11.
No, 13 to 12.
13 to 12. Perfect. All right. And you'll love number 6 is Kirk Cousins, baby, 95. Nice.
Wouldn't have guessed that.
Still can't win.
But we nailed the top 5.
Yeah, we got it. Crushed it.
Well, besides Russell. Forgot
He was a thought. A legit thought. He was a thought when I was thinking Mahomes. Because I was like okay, Russell might be in there somewhere, but I was like Mahomes, Dak, Carson Wentz. Until this year. Okay, let's go to baseball.
Baseball.
Closest gets the point. What is Tim Tebow's batting average as of today in AAA?
I'm going to go with 238.
I'm going 179. And 238. This helps us break a tiebreaker.
And it's just closest in general, right?
Yes.
Like
No overbid, none of that shit.
You're probably going to be right. It's probably going to be like 199 or something.
162.
Oh, God.
I'll take the point. Maybe he should try the XFL.
That'd be good for him.
Did you see that whole thing, speaking of XFL, Trevor Lawrence?
No.
They talked about that. Trevor Lawrence is considering the XFL.
Why?
I don't know.
Okay, that's interesting. Must be a big wrestling fan.
Yeah, but I'm like...
He's not even out of college yet.
I know. That's how I'm like, why would he go there unless they pay him a shitload of money? Just go to the NFL, man. But maybe he doesn't want to sit behind somebody. So maybe he goes through the draft, see who drafts him, and then he's like, fuck this. I'll go to the XFL. And he wants to know if we're going to want some wrestling trivia on the wrestling show.
Yes.
Hell yes.
Yes.
Is that going to count towards this?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, all trivia counts towards that.
All right, perfect. All right, so we were able to cover NASCAR and we were not NASCAR, excuse me. We were able to cover golf, but we're going to go into NASCAR.
There we go.
So let's go into some NASCAR. We talked about Bristol already. So this week we've got Darlington, another short track. That would be a fun one to go to in South Carolina.
Darlington would be fun. Sunday night race, Labor Day weekend. So, it's kind of like a Saturday night race. Normal, Lady in Black. Everybody gets a nice Darlington stripe when they're here all day, every day.
All day or day.
Fun track. It's a mile. Is it a mile and a half or just a mile?
I think it's a mile.
It's a mile. Yeah, lot of interesting winners here over the last few years, buddy. Listen to this. Keselowski, Hamlin, Truex, Edwards, Harvick, Kenseth, Jimmy Johnson, Reagan Smith, and Hamlin is the last repeat winner. So 2010 to 2017. 2009, Mark Martin won this race.
Mark Martin.
Yeah. So it's been a, it's kind of a uppity sort of, up-down sort of race. Shit, in 2003, Terry Labonte won this race. How about
Terry
that?
Labonte.
How about that?
So before we continue into this, I wanted to give the final standings for golf.
Okay.
What it was, okay? I was at 29.1. And so I had 961 points. Brandon was at 30.6. So if you add 29 to his, that puts him at 1,011 points. You were at 1,016. You missed him by 5. 30.8.
Man, that's
So,
crazy.
Yeah, so I ended up beating him by 50 on the nose. Sorry, Brandon. I mean, you gave it a good fight, dude. I was 200 ahead coming down the stretch because he had a 126 129. I had 2082 357 3. He came at it, man. He almost closed that gap. He did, and even down the stretch. So in the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 tournaments, he had a total of 193 in the last 10 tournaments. I had 486.
Yeah, and
He closed it with it. That's 300 he gained at. So I was ahead of him by almost 200 points, like I said.
if I just would have went with my gut and not picked stupid Rory for the British and just picked anybody else like I was going to, I would have beat both of you. But no, I had to go with the favorite, go with the hometown boy. I'm an idiot, I am.
But he ended up winning the final tour championship. And he had the best average, 69.6, I think.
Yeah, I
is
think,
what his average
yeah.
was for the year.
I mean, yeah, he did have the best year. Xander, if he would have won it, and had a good year, but if Xander would have won it, that would have been a huge upset sort of thing. Rory had the best year. Brooks probably second.
Right.
I would say, no doubt. So, to me, Tiger had the best year because he won the Masters.
Right. I agree. So for back to NASCAR, Darlington. All right, updated standings. Brandon at 15. He's at 15 on the nose. He's at 361 points. Okay. I'm at 15.3, 367. You're at 16.5, 395. You're only 34 away. You dropped, actually. You were 30 out. You're 34 away, so that could be one race. That's one race. And we've had 24 races, and we're all within 34 points. That's awesome.
2 more left, right?
Yes, we do, before the playoff. But it doesn't end here. There's no regular season. We said it's the whole year.
Yep. But we get drivers back, though.
But here's the thing. So Brandon picked first. He might get us this week. He's got Logano. He still had
Logano?
Yes.
Son of a bitch.
I am taking Chris Boucher. It's my time to take Boucher.
And I'm taking DB and Detto. Fuck, he's hot, man.
Yeah.
I got to take him. I wanted to save him till next week, but I'm not doing that. Take a man when he's hot. So he'll wreck this week.
It's a good one. It is a great one. Let's get into the next topic here. And we're going to talk about baseball. You've been watching much baseball?
Nope. 0, and it'll be even more than 0 when football's officially on now.
This week it is officially on. Everything is going according to plan for sports. We're excited as fans. Let's talk about the AL East. Yankees 88-47. They have 27 games left. They're 11 games up on Tampa Bay, and they've won 4 in a row. Tampa's lost 3 in a row, but in their last 10, the Yankees are 5-5. The Red Sox are 16 back. They're looking way back. The Twins, man, 80-51. So this kind of blew me away. The Yankees have 791 runs this year, okay? Second, by far, by at least 25 runs, is the Twins. They have 764. And they've played 2 less games than the Yankees, I believe. 131, 4 less games than the Yankees. They've played less games. They're 3.5 up on the Indians, and then after that, it doesn't matter. Houston, 86-47, so they are a game technically behind the Yankees for best record in the AL. They're 9 games up on Oakland. So, into the NL, Braves are 5.5 up. They're 80-54, 5.5 up on the Nationals. Phillies are 10.5 back. Mets are 11.5 back. Cardinals have taken over like usual. In the Central, they are 2.5 up on Chicago, 5.5 up on Milwaukee, 10.5 up on Cincinnati. And out west, Dodgers 87-47, half game behind New York for best record. Just played New York this weekend. It was a good series. It was fun to watch. They've played each other in, I think they said 17 or 18 World Series.
Jesus.
And the Yankees have won majority of them. And maybe I could be wrong. Maybe it was like 11. It was more than 10. 18 sounds like a lot. But the Yankees won a majority of them.
Too many.
Right. And they're 19.5 up on the Diamondbacks. So you're not going to see much there. But if you go to the wild card standings, Cleveland is a half game ahead of Oakland, who's in second. Tampa's only a game out. It's going to come down to those 3.
I mean, Boston's still there.
Yeah, they're 6 out.
Boston they got a pedigree. I mean, they're still there. It's a 4-team race pretty much.
And then in the National League, since they're only 6 out, we're going to say everybody else here in the National League. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 teams vying for 2 spots.
Yeah.
Nationals are 3 games up of the second place team, the Cubs, and they're 5 games up on the Phillies. So you can pretty much count the Nationals in.
Yeah. Then you got Phillies, Brewers,
Well,
Mets,
you got the Mets are 3 out, Brewers are 3
Diamondbacks.
outs, D-backs are 4 out, and the Giants are 5.5 out. So the Mets, they've lost 4 in a row, and they're still only 3 out.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's going to be a good end of the year.
Yeah, it is. It's going to be great for baseball. We'll see what happens. I'm a Yankees fan, so you know what I hope. Just to update people, I had Yankees over Dodgers
They
at
lose
6.
in the first round.
Right. Typically what happens
To
when
the
they're
Indians.
good. I hope not. Yankees over Dodgers in 6 is what I had at the beginning of the season. Brandon had Red Sox over Dodgers in 7. You had Astros over Braves in 6.9. All our teams are alive. All our teams are probably going to make it. Maybe the Red Sox might not, though. But I think your teams and my teams are pretty solid.
Boom.
So, moving on. Let's go to the NFL. So, first thing I want to cover. I had a big announcement this week. Some guy retired. Came out of nowhere.
Yeah. It's hard to believe that Andrew Luck retired. But, I mean, nothing wrong with it. Dude doesn't want to play anymore. He's hurt. He's probably been playing football since he's like 3 years old.
Yeah.
So he's been playing football for 26 years. The dude's got a degree from Stanford. I mean, he's smart as shit.
He is.
He could probably be a coach.
Do you think he did? Now, here's a
I don't blame
question
him.
before you go into anything, because I want to talk about the fans and how shitty they are and how they started throwing their jerseys on the field.
Don't even care about it. Don't even care about the shitty Colts fans. Don't even care.
Yes, they suck. And do you think, because his dad is in charge of the XFL,
Yeah.
do you think he goes there? Help Daddy in the front office.
Maybe for that. Not to play.
Not to play.
Help, sure. To coach, maybe. To play, no. I think he's done for good. I don't think he's coming back. I think he's done. I saw frickin' Jason Whitlock goes, he'll be back in 2 years playing for the Cowboys. Like, shut the fuck up.
No,
he's
not
done,
happening.
dude. He's mentally drained. He's hurt. I mean, the dude's gotten beat up. The fact that, and yeah, like I said, I'm not even going to touch on the shitty Colts fans who booed him. The dude played with a lacerated kidney, was pissing blood, and won, threw for 320 and 3 touchdowns and won a game. I mean, come on. Don't say that he's injury prone because the first 6 years he was in Indianapolis, you guys couldn't get him a line.
Right.
Now you finally built him a line. He's so hurt that he doesn't want to play anymore.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
Now, going forward off of that, Jacoby Brissett ain't that bad.
No.
Everyone,
not at all.
Did you see that their games dropped from 9.5 in Vegas to 6.5?
Yeah.
They dropped 3 wins.
Right.
I would go over 6.5. I think they could win 7 games with Jacoby Brissett.
I think they could.
I don't think any issue with that.
No, I don't have any issue with it either. He's going to be the starter.
Yeah.
Who is their bad? What are they? Osweiler, I think they're testing out.
Yeah, that's what they said. I can't remember who their actual backup is right now to Brissett. But everyone's freaking out. Everyone's freaking out in the fantasy world about it. Everyone's dropping this and that, and
right.
Their line is still one of the top in football.
And you just gotta.
That's fine. Let them think that. I don't care.
You got to get the right guy there, and I don't know. I've struggled with. I'm glad he retired. His health is important. Nobody gave shit to Gronk when he retired.
Exactly. I bet that's what makes no sense is Gronk is 6 months older than him, and no one said one damn word about Gronk retiring at 30. But Luck retires a month before he turns 30, and the world freaks out.
Yeah, and with Gronk, I don't know if you saw that interview where he became emotional. They showed just 20 seconds where he became emotional about he had to give it up. I mean, he hated everything.
Yeah.
He had everything he wanted, but he hated it because of what it is, and that's why he's done. I mean, he's got everything.
There it is on the ESPN scroll. Chad Kelly, who suspended the first 2 games, is the backup to Brissett. So that's why they're looking at Osweiler.
So, what does it say? Hauschka signed an extension with the Bills. Here's my take on this. When we're looking at it in the whole picture, what do you think happens?
As in, what do you mean? As in the Colts? As in Luck? What are we looking at here?
Well, we're talking about Luck, and we're talking about what has happened there. He's retired. Gronk, is done. Gronk he lived off of his endorsement money. He never used his salary. Smart guy. Mm-hmm. He retired early. He's got how many Super Bowls? 4?
Yeah.
Yeah. He doesn't need to prove anything.
No.
He's got nothing to prove. Luck, unfortunately, never got a Super Bowl. And what I was getting into, and sorry I didn't lead you into it better, do you think, in hindsight now, looking back, that if knowing that this would have happened with Luck, that the Colts would have kept Peyton Manning and not drafted Luck?
No. I think that they were done with Peyton.
Okay.
I think that Peyton did what they needed to do. Peyton had his neck issue, and right. I think that they were scared as shit that he would never play again. A lot of people never thought he'd play again. The fact that Peyton came back to play football for 3 more years or whatever it was after his spinal infusion in his neck is insane. I mean, guys don't do that. You get hit wrong, you're paralyzed for life. Paralyzed. So I don't think that would have changed anything at all. Now, if Peyton never had the neck injury, he still would have been there. Luck would have never gotten drafted by the Colts. Who knows what would have happened? Anyone can sit there and look at that. But, you can't blame the dude. It doesn't matter. The Colts were nice enough to not have him pay back his bonus, which
$25 million.
I mean, in all honesty, if it was me, I would have had him pay it back. It's a business.
Yeah, it is a business.
And
I give Ursay a lot of respect.
I do, but maybe he did that so he wouldn't buy more booze to get more DUIs.
Right.
But I would have. I mean, like you said, it's a business still, and that was to play. It's not. So I would have taken that back for your own benefit, for your team to get to be able to have better players now off of that. And Andrew Luck will be fine. He's a Stanford graduate. He's very smart. He's got a lot of money from football. He just got married. He's got a kid. he has his whole life to live. He's got the entire rest of his life to do what the hell he wants, and he's just going to turn 30 next month. He'll be fine.
He's going to be
The
fine.
Colts fans will be fine. The big babies there, they'll be fine. Everyone will move on.
And you saw, think about other guys that retired early. Barry,
Calvin,
Galvin,
Gronk.
Luck. It's just they're worried about their health. You have to and look at him. I mean, Barry Sanders.
Calvin. It was the CTE thing was getting there.
Yeah, it just wasn't.
Calvin didn't have a lot of concussions. Calvin
No.
had a lot of lower body injuries. He had a lot of leg problems and whatnot. And dude's 6'5" or 6'6", whatever he was. Dude was a monster. He wants to walk. When he's fucking 55, he doesn't want to be in a wheelchair. So it makes sense. I get all that. So I don't blame these guys for retiring early. It's their decision. If that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do. I don't see any problem with it at all.
I don't either. So with NFL, let's quickly let's cover the AFC South, and we're going to do the NFC
Hold
South.
on, first before that,
Go.
Doug Gottlieb's a clown. I love everyone just destroying him too. I love Troy Aikman's response to him. He said bullshit. Oh my god.
What did he
it was
say?
great.
I don't know.
Gottlieb said that's ridiculous that you're mentally, quote unquote, mentally unfit to play anymore. And Aikman goes, "That's bullshit, Doug, and you know it." He goes, "I don't even know how you're still employed with Fox." And they both work for Fox. They are on the same team. And Troy Aikman called him out and said, "You have no idea what he's going through. You've never played a down of football in your life." And everyone's ripping him because I guess Gottlieb stole credit cards from his roommate in college or something. So some dude called into his show and led into this big thing about Luck, and then went right. He goes, "Yeah, it's Luck was stealing from the fans or something like that, kind of like you're stealing." And he just stole your roommate's credit card, and he hung up on him. He goes, "Oh, that guy's just trolling, boy," and it was hilarious. So screw Doug Gottlieb. He's a freaking loser. He's almost a bigger clown than Stephen A.
That's
That's
tough.
tough. It is. All right, go ahead. What are we getting into here?
AFC South. Give some records here.
AFC South. Isn't that funny that we go over the AFC South when Luck retires? When
Good thing we didn't cover it yet.
Lamar Miller tears his ACL. Dallas, by the way. Good job, guys. I was going to draft him. Not anymore.
So Lamar Miller, and who are they? They're Melvin Gordon's open to a trade to Houston, is what they're saying right now.
I've not seen that. So.
I think it was Melvin Gordon.
Yeah, for Clowney, right? And Kenyon Drake, because Clowney's on the trading block for Houston, I saw. So, yeah, I think they're...
Hey, if Kenyon Drake goes to Houston, I got him in my other league, I'll take it.
Yeah, they're baiting Clowney out there for that.
Kenyon Drake is so low. And if you look at the draft boards, he's low.
Yeah, I mean, that's the problem is that he also has a foot problem, too.
Yeah.
So that's kind of why.
Coming off that.
But it would be, like I said, it'll be interesting because if Gordon goes, even if Kenyon Drake goes there, Duke Johnson's fine. I have no issue with Duke Johnson in Houston at all. Duke Johnson is a stud. He's a bigger back. He's 5'11", 220.
Yeah.
He's built to take those reps. He's not, a small guy. Mm-hmm. He'll be just fine. But yeah, if they got Melvin Gordon, Houston would go from 9 wins to 12 wins just with him, I think, and having a solid run game. Their defensive line is still shit. Mm-hmm. Dallas, Taco Charlton ate him up. I mean, and Taco Charlton, I'm hoping this is a sign that he's better. But
let's hope.
He's not that. I mean, he hasn't been that great so far in the NFL. And for him to sit here and get through the line, I mean, everyone was getting through that line. I was watching the game on Saturday. And, dude, I tell you what, Houston's offensive line is their down. That's why Deshaun Watson's only going to play 8 years in the NFL, if less, because he's getting destroyed.
He is.
And you need a line. They need to build a line in Houston or they're screwed. So anyways, back to it. AFC South is going to be interesting because who the hell knows what the Jaguars are going to do this year? They could be fucking 12-4. They could be 4-12. Nobody knows. They play Kansas City week 1. It's the game of the week. It's going to be a huge game. I think Bears Packers is game of the week. Well, that's Thursday. But regardless, Sunday game.
Is that the first game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. I'm pretty sure. But the Sunday game, that will be the game on Sunday.
Is it Sunday night?
No. Dallas plays Sunday. Dallas plays
Dallas
the fucking
and the
Giants Sunday night just every year, which is ridiculous. Maybe they're the 4:15. I don't know. Regardless, it's going to be a hell of a game, right? They said it last year. The Jaguars came out, balls to the wall, destroyed New England, if you remember that, early in the year. And, with all that going on, they said that they could play a game like that and just play balls out to start against Kansas City and beat them. And then who knows what they'll do after that. So, this is going to be tough. Who's the other team in the AFC South? Why am I missing
Colts.
somebody? No, we already Colts, Texans, Jags,
Titans.
Yeah, Jesus. They're just so boring. I always forget about them.
Yeah,
they
they are.
always feel like they go 8-8 or 9-7 every year.
Yep.
All right, you got the pen? You can.
You lose the pen?
Well, you just had a piece of paper over there, so I wasn't sure. Where's your standings and all that?
If you flip forward, flip a page. You can write one on the bottom or you can write on the next page. There's a blank page next. All right.
All right, so I'm gonna go Houston 10-6.
I have the same, so you might as well put it there.
I have the Jags at 9-7.
I have the Titans at 9-7.
I put tit on there. I have the Titans at 8-8.
I have Jacksonville at 8-8.
And I have the Colts at 7-9.
And the same. 10-9-8-7.
Now, if Andrew Luck was playing, what would you have?
I'd have the Colts probably at 10-6 or 11-5.
I would have them at 11-5.
And they'd win the division.
Yes. Yep. Just throwing that out there. Just asking. I would probably move a couple of the other ones.
We got one more to do.
Oh, shit.
Because we've got 4 divisions to do in 2 weeks. So we've got NFC South.
Let me turn the page.
So here you're talking Saints, Falcons, Panthers, Bucks.
Go ahead and talk a little bit on it while I write this stuff in.
Yeah, no, you're good. So, you're talking, this has been the Saints division for a while now. You've got famous Jameis coming back. Cam Newton's in a walking boot, but I think he still starts week 1. And the other thing there, Atlanta, you never know. I mean, they have the team there. They have a good quarterback. They have good receivers. They have a good running back. I mean, they have, Freeman left.
No.
Or no, Freeman stayed. Tevin Coleman went to San
Francisco.
And he's going to be one of the 3-headed monster out there. We'll see. Or 3 partial-headed monster.
2 right now. If McKinnon, they just said he practiced, and it's not looking good right now.
Right. So we can mark it. I'm going to go Saints 12-4. I think they essentially run away with it again.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Saints 11-5.
Okay. I'm going to go, I have a little bit more faith in the Falcons to turn it back around. I'm going to go them at 10-6, actually.
Okay. It's scary because their defense, they already have so many injuries.
Yes.
They can't afford many more. Their offense is going to be stacked. So I'm going to go with, I'm going to surprise you. I'm going to go with Carolina at 9-7. And Atlanta at 9-7. Carolina's second place.
And I have Carolina at 9-7 as well, but third.
Okay.
Tampa, give me at 4-12.
I think they're going to be better than 4-12 with Bruce Arians this year. I'm going to go 6-10.
I like it.
They're going to compete, no doubt. So, I think with Arians there, Jameis. I think Arians keeps Jameis on even keel. I'm hoping, because if that's the case, Jameis has potential.
Yes, he does.
He just is an idiot, and he's young still. So, he's not. He was suspended last year, right? He's not suspended this year.
Correct.
Okay, that was last year. Okay. Yeah.
He was hurt.
Tampa, their running game is such shit, though. Dude, but their defense, man, that's what they draft. They got that linebacker from LSU. I can't think of his name right now. Devin...
Not Booker.
No, I want to say Smith, and it wasn't that either. But
and you're talking for Tampa Bay.
Yeah, Tampa. He was the kid from LSU who is an absolute monster. So their defense is going to be stout. I really think so. I think they'll have the best defense in the NFC South.
Oh, Devin White.
There you go.
Duh.
That was close. White, Smith, Leonard, who knows?
Yeah, man. I guess I never looked at Tampa, and I forgot Arians as a coach. Now I'm re-evaluating my record.
No, it's already in pen. Already in pen.
Stick with it.
Already in pen.
All right, I'll stick. All right. Now, NFL, next week, we start making picks. Remind people, what's our ESPN? Oh, what do you...
I don't have one yet. I tried to log in and do it, and it wasn't, so I'm going to do that.
So you see if you can log in and do it by the end of the show, because by the time we get this out next week...
I was having issues with just... Like, it wouldn't even let me log in general.
Because they'll have to make a pick for Thursday's game.
Yeah, that's right. It is Pigskin Pick'em. I can tell you that. If I can get logged in here, we'll get one set up. But it'll be the same thing. It'll be OTL Sports Pod.
Oh, and then I asked Jeremy if he had any insight on sports. Not too much, just extremely disrespectful Indy fans booing Andrew Luck. That really got me going earlier this week.
Yep. Can't agree more. Ridiculous.
Ridiculous. So while you're looking that up and trying to figure that out, it is now time for the next season. So I have now 7 titles on this podcast. Brandon has 2, both in college football. He got the national champion right, okay? And he got the regular season right.
We need to have him pick his Final Four right now.
Yeah, and we need his picks because he hasn't sent those yet.
He said, give me all the favorites. I haven't had time to look. Notre Dame 48-20, Clemson big, give me Florida Atlantic, but Ohio State wins. So Florida Atlantic's a dog, so you can give him them, and then give him all the favorites. That's what he wants.
So FAU, and then I'll run down the line. Clemson, Bama, Georgia, Oklahoma, LSU, Michigan, Florida is off.
Well, yeah, but they played Miami, so that's why we got the record on there, right?
Yeah, I already got it there, 1-0. You're 1-0, and me and Brandon are 0-1. Texas, Oregon, MSU.
Is that correct?
What?
You just had the 3.5 next to Auburn, so I was confused.
Here's why. Because they're at home. That's why. If they're at home,
it's neutral. They're playing in Atlanta, I'm pretty sure.
But it's at Auburn, technically.
Okay. Well, and that's why when you put at Auburn, that should be plus 3.5.
No, because the home team, it's whatever the home team is. You take it by the home team. Oh, I see what
that's what I'm saying. Auburn's the home team. That's why
they're minus 3.5. So look up.
But that's what I'm saying.
Oh, because I put it on the other side. I see what you're saying.
It should be plus 3.5 for the home team.
Well, if you look at everything else I did for the home teams, it's at Louisville. Louisville's plus 19.
Exactly, at Vandy plus 19. But that's why I was asking if Auburn is plus or minus. Because
no, they're minus. Okay. They're minus. No. That's right. So whatever the home team is, I put
Oregon. Auburn is the favorite over Oregon?
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Yes.
What a fucking joke.
That's what I said. Wow. I said the same thing. So let's run it down. Clemson minus 36.5 against Georgia Tech.
Give me Georgia Tech. This is tomorrow, by the way. This is Thursday game. This is Thursday night, 36.5. Come on, dude. Georgia Tech runs the ball, run the clock out. They'll keep it close in the first half. Clemson will beat them up a little bit. But Clemson 48-17.
And I'm going to go Clemson 56-14. So they cover. Bama is a 34.5 point favorite against Duke.
Dude, that's tough.
Right.
Their starting running back is out for the year. Dylan Moses just tore his ACL, out for the year. Buddy. I wish it was 35.5. It would make my pick so much easier. Give me, and this is neutral site, I think, as well. That just means they're going to throw a lot. Give me Alabama.
I got them, too.
Alabama by 35. They'll cover by a half point.
I got Alabama by 41. I feel like I should put scores, but it's okay. I can write them somewhere if I wanted to. Vandy is at home against Georgia, plus 22.
Yeah, give me Georgia. Georgia's going to beat them by 35.
All right. I've got Georgia as well. Oklahoma, 23-point favorite against Houston at home.
Hold on. We're just doing straight for NFL, right?
Correct.
Okay, for our picks.
Yes. Our picks and on there.
Got it.
It's straight up.
Get it. Oh, look at that. I can rejoin our league from last year. It'll be the same exact one. Makes it even better.
Even better.
Yeah. So we're going to hop halfway through. So ESPN, Pigskin Pick'em, group name Over the Line Sports Pod. If you were in it last year, you should just be able to rejoin. I'm pretty sure. Let's see. Let's see if there's people in here or not. Okay, yeah, no. So it is us, but you can go and rejoin the group. It's public, so it doesn't matter. There's no password.
And will you share it on Facebook?
I will share it on Facebook.
And the Twitter.
But if you're listening right now, ESPN.com, Fantasy, Pigskin Pick'em, search Over the Line Sports Pod for your chance to, one, beat us. That's better than the swag, I think. Mm-hmm. We do have some pretty badass swag, though.
Right.
Because think about it. If they beat us come January, we have hoodies, and it's cold in January.
Not a bad thought.
See? That's what I'm saying. They can pick whatever the hell they want.
Those hoodies are badass.
If they beat us.
Badass hoodies.
I know I'll be rocking it. I rocked my shirt today.
I rocked my hoodie over the weekend.
I took my work shirt off as I was leaving, and as I was walking out, I got like a chuckle from my other CSR over there. He goes, nice. Because I got the Bear 69 on the back.
Yeah.
I was like, thank you. I totally forgot I was wearing it today. It was the first shirt I picked. So.
All right. So the next one.
Hold on a second.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm still out of it. I'm still getting back into this. Dylan Moses is Alabama's top linebacker, not running back. Linebacker. I am correcting myself here.
I didn't correct you, so I don't care. But you corrected yourself, so good.
My brain is going in 18,000 different places.
Good man.
Okay, so we got our NFL pick'em back to college, so I can concentrate on that now.
Yes. All right. Oklahoma, 23-point favorite against Houston.
Give me, I think, did you join that group on Facebook, Shiv? I think you might be in that. It's like some college football group.
Oh, yeah, I've been in that group.
Oh, he invited me to it.
Yeah.
And they do the picks each week.
Yeah.
And I think I picked Houston. And I think I'm going to do that again.
That's funny.
I can't remember if it's the same spread or not. If it was 23, but for some reason I picked Houston. I don't know why. It was late last night. I had sleep deprived, so I'm probably just stupid. But I'm going to take them. Jalen Hurts at Oklahoma, it's different. So Houston can put up some points. Maybe they can keep it within 3 touchdowns. So I'm going to take Houston.
I did too. Next, Ohio State, 27.5-point favorite against FAU.
I don't know if you looked at the over-under for this. I've been pondering this forever, saying that if their over-under isn't like 70, I'm not. I want action. It's 63. Ohio State's going to put up 63 in this game.
Right.
I am very, very close to putting some top dollars on the over of this game. And their defense is always suspect to start the year. Always. Ohio State, 66. FAU, 30. Ohio State covers.
Yeah, Ohio State's going to cover. I think it's going to be probably like 55-21.
It'll be interesting to see what the linebackers do. That's the second biggest question behind Justin Fields.
Right. LSU, 27.5-point favorite against Georgia Southern.
Yeah, give me LSU all day. It's going to be a shutout. LSU's going to win big, 56-0.
Michigan, 34.5 against Middle Tennessee State.
Couldn't just be 35.5 again, could it?
Nope.
I still don't know, man. That offense, not great. Middle Tennessee State, I think they went 8-4 last year. Mm-hmm. Won a bowl game, I think. Yeah, give me Middle Tennessee State to cover.
I'm taking Michigan.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, buddy.
All right, Notre Dame at Louisville, 19.
I think Notre Dame is going to blow the doors off of them. Louisville is not that good. Don't care if it's at Louisville. Sorry. Notre Dame big.
Notre Dame. Texas against Louisiana Tech, 20.5.
Yeah, give me Texas.
I think they kill them.
Yeah, I think
they beat them by 5 touchdowns.
Tom Herman's going to put a number on
them. So wait, you said Brandon took all the favorites, right?
Correct.
So he's taking Auburn. Okay. The next one, number 11. I put this in here because Florida's off, and it's a good game. Number 11, Auburn at Technical. Number 16, Auburn. Auburn, 3.5-point favorite.
Yeah, give me Oregon.
Same.
Oregon is my sleeper team this year. I think they're going to be really good. I think Justin Herbert's going to be really good.
Does he win the Heisman?
I think he will.
Okay.
I think he will. I think there's going to be a lot of Oregon love this year. They're going to slip up one time, I have a feeling. I think Oregon's going to be really good. Not going to make the playoff, but they will go to the Rose Bowl this year.
Okay. And then last, Michigan State, number 18, against Tulsa, 23.5.
Will anyone ever learn? Ever. Michigan State doesn't fucking cover shit. Ever.
Exactly.
Give me Tulsa all day, I think Tulsa's won like 5 games in the last 3 years. I don't give a shit. Give me Tulsa.
Didn't they have a bowl game last year?
I thought they said they only won like 5 games in the
I
last
don't
3.
know.
I can't. You could be right. I don't know.
I'm taking Tulsa, too.
Dude.
Michigan State, how many times did I take them last year? They never covered?
Not doing it.
Nope. I'm with you.
But then when you bet against them, they did cover. So now I'm worried. Can you take Michigan State, please?
Nope. It's already in ink.
Yeah, give me.
It's already clicked.
Yeah. Give me. I will. I learned my lesson last year about. No, I didn't. I took Utah State. I did pretty well against Michigan State last year. So yeah. No, I'm gonna stick with that because they're not any better.
All right. Now give me. Now here's what I need. You know what I need next, right?
Chicken wings.
I would love chicken wings. Do you have chicken wings with you?
I don't. Damn it. Sorry.
All right. I need your playoff teams. I need your final. I need your winner.
God. I think it's going to be a weird year of college football. I think one of the 2 teams, either Alabama or Clemson, don't make it.
Really?
I think so.
Okay.
I really do. And I think that's going to be Alabama this year. And this is like doubting Tom Brady. It's stupid. Give me number 1, Clemson.
Okay.
Number 2, Georgia Bulldogs.
Like it.
Number 3, Ohio State,
Like it.
which I hate, but I wanted them at 4, but I'm going to keep them at 3. And number 4, which I don't even want to say this out loud, Notre Dame.
What?
Yep. I think Notre Dame and Clemson rematch. Get Ohio State, Georgia.
Okay. Give me your final.
My final, Ohio State and Clemson.
So, national champ, Clemson, OSU. Okay.
And I am going to take Clemson.
We are similar, except I've got Clemson 1. I'm sticking Alabama 2. I don't care about these doubters of Ohio State. They're 3. And bold prediction, not Notre Dame. Give me Texas at 4.
Dude, I almost just said, I swear to God, Texas would be my first. They're the first team out at 5. Ooh, and Brandon just gave us his, so go ahead and.
I've got Clemson and Ohio State, like you, and I got Clemson winning. So, if it comes down to it, we better put this now because we have similar teams. If this happens, what's our tiebreaker? Because we have Clemson as a winner. Is it most playoff teams? But if we have a tie there, so it should first tiebreakers, most playoff teams.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
So we'll do that. First tiebreaker, most playoff teams. And then next?
We could do total points of the title game.
But that week.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, when we know who it is.
And it doesn't matter if you're over or under.
It's closest.
Okay, closest. Total points of
National championship
NC game.
Yep.
Closest.
And this, by the way, will make 3. Here you go. You ready? Ready to type? This is Brandon.
Oh, God.
All right. Number 1, Clemson.
Yep.
I'm sorry. I lied. Number 1, Bama. Excuse me.
Okay.
Number 2, Clemson.
Okay.
Number 3, Georgia. Number 4, we all have a different number 4.
He doesn't have Notre Dame.
Oklahoma.
No shit.
Yeah. Which I think is silly because I don't think Jalen Hurts is that good, but okay.
So what does he got? Clemson and Bama again?
Clemson over Oklahoma.
Really?
Yep.
I like it. So we all got Clemson as our champion.
Yep.
So basically, if Clemson wins, we have some tiebreakers. If they don't, then we all lose.
Yep. And my hope is that we all lose, and Ohio State surprises me.
I would love to see Texas and Ohio State. Herman against the Buckeyes.
That'd be cool.
How awesome would that be?
It would be better, though, if Urban was there.
Yeah, you're right.
Him and Day didn't have the beef him and Urban did, so it's a little bit different now, but still cool. That would be fun. it's going to be, like you said, it's going to be an odd year, and I wouldn't be shocked if all of us had all incorrect playoff teams.
You're probably right.
Dead serious.
I'm going to send this picture to Brandon, what we got.
Watch Clemson lose to Georgia Tech tomorrow. Be comical.
God, that would be terrible. So another fun thing here is I actually saw Brandon. Brandon is, coaching some things, some football, and one of his scrimmages this past week was against his alma mater.
How'd that go?
They're bigger, they're stronger, they're faster. They have more facial hair. They, it reminded me of D2, which we're going to coach here or talk about here in a bit.
So they're that good, huh?
Dude, they look good. And that first half, they only keep scoring. It was only 7-0. Okay, in the first half. Our quarterback for our school looks small. We'll see what happens. There was a lot of scouting going on. Finley was there. That's who Anthony Wayne plays this week. Springfield was there. They play the other school.
They're allowed to be. You're allowed to watch scrimmages and scout that?
Oh, yeah.
That seems stupid.
Yeah. Shiv was telling me how they used to do, like, scouting and stuff like that. And, you'd go to, like, if a team's playing, you'd go to who they play the following week, that game, while they were there scouting that same week. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. So, so Anthony Wayne travels to Findlay this week. Okay. Next week, they've got St. John's at home. So, might be, I don't know what you got going on a Friday night. I think I do have the kid, but it would be fun for him to go to a football game. But he doesn't last too long there. He just gets annoyed and he's done. But that would be maybe fun. I don't know what you think.
Yeah. Next Friday.
Yes.
Okay. Remind me. I'll forget.
Hey, next Friday there's a game at home.
Yeah. You remind me Thursday.
You
might need to remind me again Friday morning.
All right, I may do that. Well, it all depends on the kid. All right, so picks are going to be interesting. Board's clear, but I have it all in Excel now. I might just put up our title picks up there on our playoff picks so we know it, so we don't have to revert back.
Yeah,
is what we'll put on that side. We'll have updated standings in here. It'll be interesting. Next week we start NFL, so that's when I have to put in a lot of work to get this stuff here, which is fine. So our sports movie this week is D2, The Mighty Ducks. D2, The Mighty Ducks. So that's when, Banksy came over in D1, and then in D2, he's on the team, of course, and so is Charlie Conway, El Captain, and Gordon Bombay coaches Team USA. And if you remember, they get their asses handed to them by Iceland. 12-1. I'll never forget that speech. 12-1. 12-1. You know what comes to mind when you think of that? Pathetic. And then they get all pissed off. He's like, we're hanging out with the Iceland lady. We saw you two last night. They were eating ice cream with the enemy, coach. And they all just basically walk out on him. And because he did the whole, I thought it was cool. I don't know why they picked Iceland. I never understood that.
I liked it. I mean, Canada would have been cool.
That's when I learned Greenland is ice because the Iceland chick taught it to Gordon Bombay.
See?
Greenland is covered in ice.
There you
Iceland
go.
is greener than that. I'm like, no shit.
I think my favorite part in the movie is when, after all that happened, his brother came and gave him a whole bunch of Coke, and he was so much better afterwards, and then they won.
Who's that?
Emilio.
His brother I got you.
That's the best part of the movie.
Yeah.
Or is that a different movie? Maybe that was 2.5 Men.
Yeah, I think that was 2.5 Men. This is D2, The Mighty Ducks.
Oh.
This is a lot earlier.
No, different. My bad, different movie.
So, Fulton Reed, big guy. Who was your favorite player on the teams?
It's the goalie! Come on, man. Goldberg was great.
By the way, speaking of Goldberg, now that you mention him.
Is he still skinny and gross?
Yeah, because he was all drugged up, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
He was all drugged up. He was fucked up.
I think I liked him, though, because I also enjoyed heavyweights that he was in.
Yes, he was good.
When he was Ben Stiller in that, fantastic.
It was. So
Sean Weiss, right?
Yeah, Sean. It's his birthday, I think today or yesterday. 41 years old.
He looks terrible.
Yeah.
Just not good.
When was his birthday? Was it yesterday or today? Can you check that out?
Yesterday. Yes. 1978. Do the math.
41.
There you go.
Just said that.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, he looks bad.
So D2 Mighty Ducks came out in 1994.
Mm-hmm.
Same year as Forrest Gump and Shawshank
A
Redemption.
lot of good movies that year.
Yes. So $45.6 million in the box office. Pretty good. So your favorite player is Goldberg.
Oh, absolutely.
See, I liked Averman was funny. He was funny, but I liked Charlie's a captain, whatever. I don't give a shit.
Is this the one where they had the cowboy?
Yeah. Yeehaw!
I liked him too.
Yeah, the cowboy, and then what? The other. I liked how he got pissed off at the other girl, Julie the cat Gaffney.
Yep.
She was fantastic.
Meow.
Luis Mendoza, remember he couldn't stop.
Yep, that would be me. That's me on skates. I can't stop.
Then you had Kenny Wu.
Yep.
Who was the
Ice
figure skater, right?
Yep, figure skater.
Dwayne Robertson was the cowboy.
Who were the brothers? Or were they? What were they? The Bash Brothers or whatever the hell they were?
Oh yeah, that was they were the Bash Brothers. They weren't technically
Right, yeah, the
brothers,
Bash Brothers.
but they brought him in later. The other Bash brother, right? Or no, they brought him later on in D3. I'm thinking of D3.
Oh yeah, see, I get that mixed up.
So
Those all merged together for me.
that you're right. So it was Fulton Reed was the one, and who was Dean Portman? Yeah, because he was just like you look at this team and you're like, teenager. This guy looks like a grown man.
Yeah, yep.
And they would party. They became, they were enemies in the beginning when they get the team together, and he does this whole roundup, become a team, whatever. They go to, Rodeo Drive as a team, and they're like trying out all this shit on Rodeo Drive, drinking wine, watching them get dresses. Do you have anything in a bikini or whatever the hell he said? Was that Goldberg? And they just look at him and kick him out. Get out of here, you perverts.
Yes.
That's where we learned, Kenan Thompson, that was one of his first things that he did.
Yep.
He's very prominent now with SNL still.
Yeah.
But he was Russ Tyler. He had that's where we all learned how to do the knuckle puck.
Knuckle puck.
The knuckle puck. It's knuckle puck time. But my favorite had to probably be Banksy. He was the best player on the ice. When you look at it, Charlie was all right, and I'm going to be a coach so Banks can play. Yeah. You remember that?
Break his hand or something?
Yeah, because the Iceland team just came down
slashed
him, and then Charlie gave up his spot.
He should have drank more milk, and he wouldn't have broken his hand.
He'd be a better coach. But, in the end, they end up, the last second beat Team Iceland.
Yep.
And then, who was that? Gunnar Stahl?
Gunnar Stahl.
Captain. He's like, what did he say? Something like, good job, Captain Duck, or whatever the hell he said.
Job,
Thanks,
Captain
Gunnar.
Duck.
And but the guy I liked the most was Wolf Stanson, Iceland's coach. They called him the dentist because of all the teeth he took.
And slick back hair too.
Yeah, he was cool. And like when they did their thing, when they went 1-on-1 and were doing that, and hitting all the posts, I'm like, that's kind of fun.
Yeah,
it's fun to watch.
I mean, still the best was when he just yelled, "The goal is the goalie!"
The goalie
just yells from across the way like anybody can hear him.
Of the Mighty Ducks, which one's your favorite?
I would probably have to say D2.
Yeah, I agree.
I think so. It really is. Because, honestly, I don't remember shit about D1.
He had to go, he becomes the coach because he got court ordered to be the coach.
Right.
And then he goes up against his old coach and beats him because the team he played on the Hawks when he was younger, and he missed the penalty shot. And then, later on they win. Banks gets traded because they redrew the lines, District 5. That's why they're the District 5 Ducks. And he gets moved over. But some cameos in here. So Christy Yamaguchi, Greg Louganis were in this. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, if you remember that, he had a brief cameo. He's like, Kareem, what the hell was that guy's name that was with him? Mr. Tibbles. Mr. Tibbles took him around and introduced him to everybody. And he introduced him. He's like, hey, I want you to meet Kareem. Kareem, this is Coach Pombay, Team USA. And then he had Gretzky, Chelios, Luke Robitaille, Cam Neely. All NHL players made cameos. Bob Miller, play-by-play announcer. Darren Pang, he was a color commentator. They were both a championship game. Mike Emmerich was in it.
The Doc.
And then, I don't know if you knew this, the car owner with the broken windshield, Dennis Rodman.
Really? Mm-hmm. I'll have to go back and watch that.
Right.
I couldn't find it last night, so I watched American Psycho instead.
American Psycho is a good one.
Great movie.
You know what I love about that? And I point this out to people. I'm like, if you look back at it and you remember when Christian Bale kills Jared Leto, I'm like, Batman killed the Joker. If you're thinking future times.
True.
He just fucking destroyed him.
Do you like Huey Lewis in the News?
Do you like Huey Lewis in the News?
Do you like Phil Collins?
Huey Lewis in the News.
I always forget that's Jared Leto, too, in that movie.
Right. He's so young. And because Huey Lewis in the News, that makes me think of Back to the Future, of course.
Yep.
You know, when they're playing the song, his band. That's another movie we should cover someday. It's nothing to do with sports, but great Scott.
Yeah, I'd have to go back and rewatch. That's been a little while, too.
With the ex-wife, that was always our go-to movie. Back to the Future 1 or 2.
It's been a little bit since I've seen that.
Really, they're so good.
But yeah,
So good.
American Psycho is great.
Yes, it
I haven't
is.
seen it in a while, so I figured I'd watch her, and never fails.
And people, we've talked about Batman enough. New Joker trailer came out today. Check it out. Joaquin Phoenix is going to crush it. I might have to show you after this episode if you haven't seen it yet. And have you seen it yet?
No.
I mean, it came out today, but he better win the Best Actor, or it's going to come down to him or probably Tom Hanks, who's playing Mr. Rogers.
Yeah, I would say so.
But I'm like, just give it to Joaquin. You haven't given him one yet. He won a fucking. This is what I don't get.
Dude, it took Leo forever to get one. He can't.
You're right.
Bag.
But he won a fucking Grammy for playing Johnny Cash. Didn't win the Oscar. I'm like, are you kidding me?
I wonder who won that year.
That's a good question.
What year was that?
2006. I want to say.
Let's see.
The movies might have been 06. Yeah, I'm feeling confident in that the movie was 06, so I don't know when the Academy Awards were.
Let's see. Well, I see why he didn't win it. Because let's just go from 05 to 08, just for shits and gigs, right?
Okay.
05, Jamie Foxx won it for Ray. Well deserved.
Yes.
06, Philip Seymour Hoffman won it for Capote. Deserved. 07, Last King of Scotland, Forrest Whitaker. 08, Daniel Day-Lewis, There Will Be Blood. I mean, we're talking the top of the top. Like, these aren't no-name dudes.
Well, and Daniel Day-Lewis he won, it seems like, every year. But see, in 08, I'm looking at, he won in 07, Daniel Day-Lewis, for that. But.
I got 08.
And Joaquin lost to Hoffman, but Heath Ledger was that Brokeback Mountain. He was up for that, and there was other guys there. So it was between him. Joaquin won a lot of awards that year. So Capote, you can't deny Philip Seymour Hoffman. But if you go down and you're looking at some of this and you just see who was nominated in other years, like Blood Diamond was okay, so I can understand why Leo didn't get that. Especially for Last King of Scotland for Forrest Whitaker, but Will Smith should have got that for Pursuit of Happiness. Did you watch that?
That was a good movie.
Yeah, solid. You had Daniel Day-Lewis, obviously. He went up against Clooney, who never wins. Viggo Mortensen, Tommy Lee Jones, Johnny Depp. I remember, Clint Eastwood, he was up the one year. See, when DiCaprio was up for Howard Hughes in The Aviator, I was shocked he didn't win.
I just couldn't watch that movie. It's so effing boring.
But here's where... So Daniel Day-Lewis has, I think, 3 or 4 Academy Awards. He won for... Oh, God. My Left Foot.
1990.
Yeah, My Left Foot. He won for the Daniel Plainview.
There Will Be Blood.
And then he won in Lincoln. And he should have won my favorite role of his, and I still get pissed off about it. He lost to Adrian Brody in The Pianist, but he was Bill Cutting in Gangs of New York.
Yeah, Gangs of New York was a great movie.
And he was
Fantastic.
fucking phenomenal as the villain. Yeah. I was like, man, he got jobbed.
Yep. Yes,
but
he did.
That year that Jamie Foxx won for Best Actor, he was also nominated for Supporting Actor in Collateral.
I wonder if I doubt anyone's ever won those back to back.
Back to back. I don't think he did. I don't think he won that year. Somebody else won. What are we talking? We said that's 05.
Yeah.
So you'd have to look back. Rami Malek, or 04. And Rami Malek currently won. If you basically play a musician or a real person, chances are you might win.
Yeah, pretty much.
So that's why I wouldn't be shocked if Tom Hanks won this year, since the Joker is technically a comic book character. But, I could see Joaquin winning it. But
I mean, really, realistically, though, out of the last X amount of years, I mean, really, there hasn't, besides this last year. Darkest Hour, no. Manchester by the Sea, no. Revenant, no. Theory of Everything, no. Dallas Buyers Club, McConaughey played to do with AIDS, but that was a no. I mean, it's not like it was a big dude. And then Lincoln, obviously, he was a person.
Yeah.
Think so. Well, he was the first president, right? He chopped down the cherry
Well,
tree.
Oldman won for Darkest Hour. He was Winston Churchill.
Well, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Past that. Because I looked at that and I was like, yeah, that was different. But the rest of them, yeah.
Lee Chandler, no. Hugh Glass, no. Stephen Hawking, yes, obviously. McConaughey, when he won, he probably gave the best speech I've ever heard in an Academy Award. You ever listen to that?
Or you just go, all right, all right, all right.
At the end, he does.
That was it.
But if he did. But no, he talks about, three things he has in this life. Something to look up to, something to look forward to.
And a Lincoln.
And
Yeah? Is that right?
He's like, it drives so nice. So good and comfortable.
He fucking hits the cue ball around the table. I'm like, this is stupid. Stupid Matthew McConaughey.
Right. No, he said something to look forward, something to look up to, something to look forward to, something to chase. So look up to, he looks up to God, he thanked God and all this stuff, and then look forward to his family and something to chase, which I thought was amazing. He talks about his hero, chasing his hero. And he said his hero is him in 10 years. And then he says, so I'm 25 and I'm chasing this. So at 35, I'm like, have you met your hero? No, it's my hero's now me in 10 more years. So at 45. And he's like, so I'm never gonna be my hero. And I'm like, dude, that was a powerful speech. It's pretty good. But he was deserving too. I mean, he had a long time. And you had a lot of people, we said, that had won over the years. I would love to see, like we said, so what did we say? Supporting actor? I would want to know Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor. I want to know supporting actor, like the list, because 2004, he was nominated for Collateral, and I thought that Tom Cruise should have been nominated because he was a bad guy, and he was fucking awesome.
Cruise is a wiener.
Yeah, he is. So, yeah, he was nominated for Collateral, but that was won by who should have won, Morgan Freeman for $1 Million Baby. Mm-hmm. George Clooney won the following year for Seriana, whatever. Little Miss Sunshine, Alan Arkin. Javier Bardem, No Country for Old Men.
Great
what
movie.
A great movie and a great role. Yep. Heath Ledger won the next year. Which, did you know, a lot of people don't know this. I knew this, though. Robert Downey Jr. was nominated that year for Tropic Thunder.
Really?
Yeah.
Tropic Thunder was great.
He was great. And I said, man, you should have nominated freaking Tom Cruise for his character in that. That's one of the best characters he plays. Les Grossman.
That is also true. Yeah,
then you had Christoph Waltz for Inglourious Bastards, definitely. Christian Bale for The Fighter. Chris Plummer for Beginners. Christoph Waltz again for Django Unchained. Jared Leto won for Dallas Buyers Club. J.K. Simmons, which he is a brutal motherfucker in Whiplash, if you've ever seen that.
Never seen it.
Mahershala Ali in Moonlight, Sam Rockwell, and then currently it's Mahershala Ali again in Green Book. So it'll be interesting to see what happens this year. Like I said, it's probably going to come down to Hanks and Joaquin, but we'll see how it plays out. You just never know. I thought Michael Keaton got ripped off the 1 year. What was it?
1990?
No, no, definitely not 90. It was recent when he played, what is it, Birdman? He was nominated. He won like every award except the Academy Award, which was, it is what it is. That's just how things go. I don't remember what, here it is. It was Eddie Redmayne. He won for Hawking, which I understand.
Interesting.
Brad Cooper, he played a Chris Kyle in American Sniper. Benedict Cumberbatch was nominated. Steve Carell was actually nominated that year for Foxcatcher.
I'm just looking at 94. Martin Landau, who's amazing, by the way, won for Ed Wood. But, he beat Samuel L. Jackson in Pulp Fiction, which I think is better, and Gary Sinise in Forrest Gump, which I thought...
For supporting?
Yeah. It's crazy.
Who did? Who won that?
Martin Landau for Ed Wood. I've never even heard of that movie.
Yeah, he did good in that. But if you look back...
Samuel L. Jackson in Pulp Fiction is amazing, and Gary Sinise is almost better in Forrest Gump as Lieutenant Dan.
So people don't realize... Did you know that Nick Cage had a Best Actor?
No, didn't.
95 he won.
Good for him.
For Leaving Las Vegas, which was good. Richard Dreyfuss was Mr. Holland's Opus. He was nominated. Hopkins played Nixon in Nixon. Sean Penn was in Dead Man Walking. And then The Postman. Yeah, man, you just never know.
Crazy.
As good as it gets, a few years later, Nicholson won, which was nice. But all good. So we can wrap this show up here momentarily. I got to look at some things. Do you have any? I got to look up the sports history on this day. You got anything else you want to cover?
No, I do not. Nothing exciting except that football starting. That's exciting.
Hell yeah.
We got our draft on Sunday. I have one at 4 o'clock with the people who work in the company attached to us. So that's a Yahoo online draft. So that's at 4, and then our main one at 7. Oh, it'll be very quick.
Is it at 7 on Sunday?
7.
Still
yes.
at Nate's?
Yes, still
Okay.
at nights. It's yeah, and I've done probably about as much research as you, which is about Zippo. So it'll be
That's why I haven't won since year one.
it'll be interesting. Yeah, the 1 year I finished second. And this shows I spent. I couldn't even tell you how long I spent. I put together an Excel sheet of everyone's stats for 3 years. Like, no joke. And that's why I finished second. Should have been first if Todd Gurley didn't explode the last 3 weeks of the year and Joe beat me with that. But yeah, I mean, I put in a lot of work on that, and it shows that hard work pays off because last year I didn't do shit, and this year I haven't done shit. So if the trend is my friend here, it's not going to be a good year for me. Just throwing that out there. I'm really good with just looking at numbers and seeing trends. I'm not good with just guessing shit.
Right.
So
It's hard. And we'll see what happens. I'm partnered up with Johnny. If anybody drops out, Johnny will get a team. But, I like partnering with Johnny. So it's been fun. So in this day in history, 1921, Babe Ruth starts streak of an extra base hit in 9 straight games. Okay, whatever. Oh, gosh. 1951, Pirates snap New York Giants 16-game win streak. Yeah. These are kind of boring. Let's scroll down. 1977. This guy we have we talk about him a lot. Nolan Ryan strikes out 300 batters for 5th straight year.
nice.
1987. Mike Schmidt passes Ted Williams and Willie McCovey with 522 home runs. 91. Red Tom Browning versus Expo Dennis Martinez, both perfect game pitcher.
Huh. Interesting.
1994, 94th U.S. Amateur Championship won by Tiger Woods.
What year? 94?
94. And that's really all that has happened on this. This day sucks.
Yeah, not a good one. Not great at all, actually.
So let's see. Let's go into some birthdays. See if we have any interesting birthdays. Lou Piniella.
Old Lou.
He is, if I can do math, 76. Ron Guidry, another Yankee. Nice.
Was Piniella
Bear,
a Yankee
Bear.
first or a Mariner first?
Yankee. Bear. How old is Ron Guidry?
69.
Beautiful.
Nice. Good job, Ron, for being 69. I hope we do 69 today, too.
He won the Cy Young in 78. Lou Piniella was AL Rookie of the Year in 1969.
Nice. Man, it's just all coming together.
Is it coming together?
It's coming to America.
Coming to America.
Great movie, by the way, too.
Yes, it is. All right. Those are pretty much the birthdays that I want to cover today.
August 28th sucks.
Yeah.
Shitty
Well,
day.
those are good birthdays, though.
Oh, yeah, but I'm just saying, it just suck.
So, yeah, that was fun. Thanks to Wes Anderson for Moments in Time. Check him out on Facebook, Wes Anderson Music. Give him a follow on Twitter at Songs by Wes. Thank you to All Our Clothing, first and primary sponsor of Over the Line Sports Podcast. Thank you to Crandall's Quality Lawn Care. Call him 419-704-5471. Serves the Toledo and surrounding area and not Abercu,
Barco.
Iran. Yeah, we'll get more listeners there again.
Where'd you run to?
Thank you to Tim at Verizon, Cassandra at PNC, and Steve at Savage & Associates. And as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Football.